Hello, welcome back to Career Jumpstart, where we discuss topics each week that help jumpstart your career in tech. My name is Samantha Sharp, and I am a peer advisor here at the Luddy Career Centers. I am studying computer science, specializing in software engineering, and minoring in psychology. I'm actually going to use my minor as a segue into today's topic, which is job and career anxiety. This is something that I struggle with. I'm a very anxious person. It can range from, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with my life, to just the small things like, what are the companies going to be doing at career fairs? Or what would they think of my resume? I guess it's not very small, but it is an anxiety that I'm sure a lot of people experience. And I kind of wanted to go over some things to maybe help alleviate a little bit of this anxiety, or just give a little bit of advice. So I've created 4 different points that I'm going to go over. So let's start. So my first thing is to do research. This is something that we're told to do in college about finding career jobs or jobs often. They tell you, hey, do your research, prepare, Sometimes it's like, what does that even mean? What does that look like for me? But I know for me, that's a lot of just looking up the company, looking up what they are, what they do, some projects they've done, what they're looking for in candidates. And then it kind of helps me in finding the right things to ask, finding the right things to say to employers if I ever get the chance to talk with them. I know for me, I have questions all the time. I am full of questions, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily good questions. So this kind of helps me just prepare actually good questions that employers would be responsive to. And it also reduces that stress of, hey, what am I even doing? What am I even looking at? My second point is to take some time to just reflect on yourself. And this is probably a little bit too philosophical, but I think it is an important thing because it is so important to take a step back and be like, hey, what am I looking for? What am I fit for? So this can help you just really understand what you've done, what you enjoy doing, because the reality is you're not going to enjoy doing something that you don't enjoy. I feel like that's pretty goes hand in hand, duh, of course. But sometimes you find yourself stuck in a certain position where you're like, wait a second, I don't think I'll like this. Which, taking some time to reflect, it can be very useful. I know recently I had a conversation with another peer advisor, the lead peer advisor, who you may have seen around here on YouTube or on Instagram. Her name's Sarah, but after an interview one day, we were talking about what to talk about in interviews if they ask you about certain things. And I know she told me that she takes 10-15 minutes before interviews and just thinks about all the things that she's done. Because we've done so many things in our life, right? And it'll be things like projects or helping out your coworker or some of the other things you've helped with throughout your life. This sets you up well because you're thinking of, hey, look at how great I am. It's really hyping. You're your own hype person sometimes. And it just prepares you for those questions of, hey, well, what's the situation like this? And you've got, hey, boom, here's a situation where I've experienced hardships or other things. So it kind of helps set you up for a good interview and hypes you up. Taking some time to just think can be very useful. And I know we all think a lot sometimes, so use that for good. My third part is to write things down. This is another thing that I feel like we're told a lot too, but it's very useful in helping that anxiety, just because I know for me, I go over things over and over and over again, tomorrow. This is not related to career services, but it'll be tomorrow I have so many things to do, here's my list, I have it all in my brain, but then when I write it down, I can sleep, easy. That's very, very useful for me, just to write some things down on my mind, or maybe even what I'm looking for in jobs, something that I actually used recently. When I went to career fair, I wrote down the company, who I talked with, and then any sort of links or emails that they gave me that I could go back to, because I forget things. I'm human. And yeah, it really helps with retaining that information and just being prepared. I feel like just being ready for if anything were to happen and I were to talk to a company and be like, hey, here are the things that we talked about, and here's some things that he or she gave me. Yeah, it can help. And then my last point is to just like find someone to talk to. I mean, this is easier said than done. I mean, like, for me, sometimes I struggle. Hey, who wants to listen to me, right? I mean, who am I? I've noticed that I just kind of talk. I just talk at people who will listen to me. Like, here's what's going on. Here's what's going on in my brain. It really, really helps me, because I go over things in my head, and sometimes I'm just not enough. I've got to just like talk at people. So this could be just anyone. I mean, even just animals too. Talking to your dog or cat or horse, I don't know. But yeah, it could be your friends, maybe could be in the major, out of major. Like, this can even help with like connections too. I mean, people love having that personable like personality, like being able to understand where the other person's coming from. So I think that's a good skill to, even like, if you don't have that skill to just talk to someone, you could use that, just try to build that up by reducing some of this anxiety through that. I think is one of the most important things to learn and to understand how to do, and just really help you out, not just in anxiety, just in general. So I really recommend having someone to talk to. But I mean, those are the main things that I can think of when reducing this anxiety. I mean, it's not an easy thing to go through, right? It's every day, gotta deal with something new. But I mean, if you need some career service help, I mean, us, the Career Center, we're here to help you. We're here at the front desk. You can email us. We want to hear from you. We want to help you, but we will try our best to do anything for you guys. Like, we are ready and prepared. And then also I wanted to say that for IU students, we've got CAPS open for us, which is the counseling services with IU. They offer 2 free sessions each semester for students if you're really feeling like you need someone to go to. Because sometimes you just need a professional there for you. So if you need someone like that, there's your options. You've got us, you've got CAPS. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you either enjoyed this or learned something, or maybe help you out. Yeah, we'll see you next video, where we will discuss a different topic, not about anxiety, to help you jumpstart your career in tech. Thank you so much for having me today.